So, yes, right. Here we go again. So, the only information I've got so far is I'm halfway through with ginger biscuits. I think that's what anyone ever cares about, really, is to know that we've made it through some eating ginger biscuits. And then I've got some rich tea after that, which is it's one of those biscuits that you need a drink with, isn't it? There we are, straight in with biscuit talk. Sometimes it needs to be done. Right, we're going to keep this short and sweet. I've decided that no one likes my podcast, so we may as well keep them short and sweet. So that's where it goes. So let's open Kindle. So whilst I'm talking to you, we'll open the Kindle app, and we'll start reading. So far, this is short stories, and really this one's kind of a bit boring, and a bit dull. He said what drink he wanted, and then he's going to head to he said a dark rum and tonic. We've done all that. $2,500. Well, there are. Should we just skip a bit? Oh, let's not. The Mansion Hotel is a pretty high-end hotel downtown. I had gotten the $2,500 cash earlier in the day, that Friday. Right, so first of all, I had got the money earlier that day. I stopped at a bar and hung out in some about an hour before my appointment for some liquid courage. So I stopped at a bar I hung out in some about an hour. Well, let's just throw some sentences together, shall we? Let's just randomly guess what sentence we're going to use today. Let's just throw lots of random words in, because that didn't work, did it? Fucking idiot. As you can see, I'm in a grumpy mood today. I'm sorry about that. That turned out to be a mistake. The one who opened the hotel door fit no part of my preconceived notion of a hooker. She was almost my height and slender. She wore an elegant black dress with no visible jewellery. Her face framed by long, straight brown hair, was quite very lovely. It didn't seem to me that she wore any makeup. The true art of beauty. The woman extended her hand to shake. "Hi, I'm Samantha. Please come in. You're more attractive than Stan led me to believe." Of course a hooker would say that. I love the fact that you just go, of course a hooker. Yeah, what do we all think hookers look like then? Are we thinking that they're like only 2'2" or something? I'm really confused by this whole kind of needing to remind everyone. It doesn't matter. I stepped into a sweet, soft boil, hard boiled sweet. We don't know. Samantha, or taffy as you would call it in America. Samantha walked over to a table, picked up a glass, and brought it to me. "Dark rum and tonic, as you asked. Tonic, as you asked," she said, handing me the glass. I reached into my sport coat pocket. Oh, he's wearing a sport coat. Who doesn't wear a sport coat when you go to see a hooker? That's what you need to wear, isn't it? And drew out an envelope, which I handed to her. Oh no, this is just bad English. Please learn to type. Your fee in cash, as you asked. Samantha smiled. Her smile was warm and friendly. "Thank you," she said, and seemed genuinely pleased. "Take off your coat, have a seat, let's talk, and get to know each other a little. Then we'll see what I can do for you." Oh yeah. Samantha's dress clung to her body. Well, how else is it gonna kind of fit on her body? While Samantha was slender, she had a very nice proportional shape. Her moves were very graceful. As I sat down, she giggled. "Oh, I guess I should get rid of this." She reached behind herself and unzipped her dress. She pulled the top forward and away from her shoulders, and let the dress fall to her feet. What remained was a very low-cut black bra, dark pantyhose with a pattern in them, and black heels. After Samantha folded her dress and set it aside, she said, "It looks like you're ready for another drink." She brought me another and sat me down on the sofa, leaving a little distance between us. "Now tell me a little bit about you, and what you want from me," she said as she thought as though she was genuinely interested. Oh, this is going nowhere. This story is so dull. It's meant to be an erotic story. Where's the eroticism? I vaguely remember that we talked for a while, and I drank rum like water. Well, okay, that's how you normally drink drinks, isn't it? All liquids are normally drank in the same manner, unless you're unless you're injecting them. That's another story. My next clear memory was waking up in bed with sunlight coming in through the suite's bedroom window. Samantha was nowhere to be seen. I called her name. Silence. Oh, poo, I thought. I'm filtering out the rude words. Naked, I got out of bed. But that's the eroticism for you. I noticed that my clothes were neatly folded and sitting on a chair. My shoes were underneath the chair. Clothes were not my immediate concern. I went into the main room. I picked up my jacket. My wallet and cell phone was still in there. Pulling out my wallet, I saw all of my credit cards in place along with the cash. Really, this is... So we could have had a sex story by now. But no. Oh, no. Right, okay. Feeling slightly relieved, I looked around the room. I half expected to see but I had bathed somewhere. Oh, nice. Instead, what I saw was an envelope I'd given Samantha lying on the table inside the door. Inside the envelope was $2,500 cash. After checking the cash, I noticed writing on the outside of the envelope. Really? He went through that cash? I'm sorry about Shelley, Samantha had written. I didn't do anything for you, so I didn't take my fee. You do need to check out and pay the room bill. That won't be bad. The hotel gives me a discount. I'd like to see you again. Please call. Below that, she had written Sam and a phone number, which turned out to be different from the one Stan had given me. Oh, interesting. A burner phone. I was a little embarrassed and a lot hungover. I showered, dressed, and steeled myself for a further embarrassment to check out. However, the front desk clerk acted completely normal. Sam had been correct. The bill was a lot less than I expected. Although I saved the envelope with Sam's writing on it, I decided to put the experience behind me. It was just the sort of stupid shit that a man does when his wife leaves him, despite her lingering, though, that I did not call Sam. I was in my office at about 11:15 the following Thursday morning when my cell phone went off with a bang. Boom! No. I was surprised and annoyed because I got very few calls on it when I was in the office. I went through the machinations to accept the call. Mechanicians, and say hello. The female voice responded, Harry, this is Sam. Hi, Sam, I said unenthusiastically. Oh, hi, Sam. How are we doing for time? Oh, good. Not deterred, Sam replied. Hi, Harry. It's great to talk to you again. Hey, I need to do some shopping downtown. I was wondering if you could maybe take a slight long lunch and meet me. You don't need to bring any cash this time. Again, there was something about that voice. Almost involuntary, I said, Sure. What time and where? How about 20 minutes? Meet me in front of Zed Rabbit on 7th. Are we actually going to Google Zed Rabbit and find out if it's a real place? Zed Rabbit was a new and trendy restaurant. Samantha was standing on the sidewalk when I walked up. Do we think that someone sits in that restaurant having a cup of tea? Or whatever they drink in America? I don't know. Cold coffee? Cold tea? Iced tea? That's the word. And has made up this story of these people meeting. Hi, Harry, Samantha smiled, as she did have the ability to make you think that she was genuinely glad to see you. Gesturing towards the restaurant door, Sam said, Don't think that I'm trying to get you to buy me lunch there. This is just a convenient meeting point. I need some clothes for work, and thought it would be good to get a guy's opinion before I shell out the money. Sam took me by the arm, and we walked a couple of blocks. She led me into a shop with virtually no street display, just the name just for name, Ruffles and Lace. You just know it's got no windows and it's called Ruffles and Lace. Please, let's just hope this actually gets the story better. The store sold men's and women's apparel, which I guess you would call erotic apparel. Oh, so it might be hopeful. Sam obviously knew the woman working in the store. They talked for a longish time whilst I hung back. Finally, the saleswoman reached into a drawer, pulled something out and handed it to Samantha. Right. Samantha turned to me, took my hand and led me deeper into the store. As we reached the curtained door next to the back wall, Samantha pointed to a chair and said, I need to try something on. You sit there. I sat as Samantha went through the curtain. Just went through the curtain. Just through it. She didn't open the curtain. She didn't push the curtain to one side. She just walked straight through that curtain like a child would walk through a curtain in a really inconvenient way, but the curtain is there. And it just kind of went over her top of her head, probably dragged her back a little bit as she walked through. Yeah. She went through the curtain. I was wondering why the hell Samantha had brought me here when she came back out. Samantha was wearing only a dark, very sheer, patterned body stocking. Ooh. While Samantha was a slender woman, she had a very good body, the front of which I could see clearly through the body stocking. What do you think? Samantha asked. I decided to be honest. You look fantastic in it, I said. That made Samantha smile. Wait, she said. It gets better. Samantha turned her back to me, while the material of her body stocking covered her upper back, and her thin, elegant legs had been made to leave her buttocks bare. It was small, but Samantha had a great, tight-looking ass. I really want to say that it's a donkey, but it's just like tight with its money. And she's got this great-looking, really good donkey, but it just won't give you any money. You ask for it, and it goes fuck off, because it's tight. It's so tight, it wouldn't even give its grandmother a penny. You know what I'm saying? This donkey, great looking donkey. Don't get me wrong, it's great looking ass. But no, great looking ass. But again, tight as hell, won't give you any money at all. What about that? Samantha asked over her shoulder. The contrast between the material and your bare skin is exciting, I said. It looks great on you, but I'm beginning to think that anything does. The compliment brought me a kiss on the cheek. Samantha modelled several more items that left her exposed in various ways. It was a pretty exciting experience. Okay, this is an erotic novel, and therefore you could have told us a lot more and made it more erotic. However, you've made it sound like it's just some run-of-the-mill, day-to-day drudgery. Thank you for that, Mr. or Mrs. Author. After Samantha had made her purchases, we just had time for a hot dog from a street vendor. I paid. After we finished it and dropped the wrappers in the trash can, Samantha took my hand. Harry, I do want to see you again. I know that you've had a rough time. I can empathise. I can also help. Meet at the same room tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Just bring $500. Against my better judgment again, I said yes. I suppose that high-end hooker develops this. I suppose that a high-end hooker develops a skill, but there was something about Samantha that made me want to see her again. When Samantha opened the hotel door the next night, she was completely nude. She looked very, very good nude. As I walked inside, she said, I want to try something very different this time. Take your clothes off. I reached into my jacket and pulled out my money. She waved a hand. We'll deal with that later. When I had all my clothes off, just literally, this is the most unromantic, this most unerotic thing ever. Samantha came very close to me. There was a scent to her. I'm terrible at descriptions, so I'll just say that it was subtle but unnoticeable and very alluring. Terrible at descriptions. No shit, Sherlock. This erotic novel is not erotic. Samantha leaned forward and gave me a quick kiss. Taking a step back, she said, I really love masturbation. There's something nice to me. There's something nice to me about pleasing myself. I know better than anyone else what my body wants. At the moment, I thought we could masturbate together. Well, Oh, we got in at the deep end. Well, we haven't even got at the deep end. At last we found the eroticism, but it's just, I really love to masturbate. Taking my hand, she walked over to a chair in the corner of the room. Why am I laughing? This is most awkward. She sat down facing me and spread her legs.